Alright, I wanted to talk about a couple guns I recommend for home defense, especially if you're kind of on a tight budget. Some good options that aren't going to really break the bank. You know, it's very important that you be able to protect yourself and your family. I know some of y'all know this, but most of you may not. But the Supreme Court has ruled that the police are not responsible for your safety. You need to be able to defend yourself and your family. Even if they were liable for your safety, it's still your responsibility. It's your family. And also, even if they were liable, you would still need to get to a phone. You'd have to call them. They'd have to get there. When seconds count, the police are only minutes away. Don't fall into all this anti-gun control propaganda. It's all bullshit. I don't care what some celebrity says. I don't care if he's telling me what I should believe or what's right or what's wrong. I can look into history. I can read. I can see things for myself. I don't give a damn what they tell me. I can think for myself. And when I look into it, King George III, Hitler, Chavez, Castro, Stalin, Mussolini, they all were strong supporters of gun control. And this idea that banning guns is going to do something, you think the guys that go around committing rape, murder, assault, robbery, they're going to say, you know what, I wanted that gun, but man, it's illegal now. I can't do that. And the guns they're getting, they probably got from Fast and Furious. Operation Fast and Furious, where the government put 2 tracking devices in 2,500 guns. We're talking about assault rifles, 50 cal, some heavy-duty firepower, and giving it to violent drug cartel, knowing what they would do with them, all the while saying that guns are too easy to get and we got to put a stop to it. Yeah, that's bullshit. Go online, check out the reviews, check out the disassembly, you know, do a little bit of research. Go down to a gun range. They usually have all kinds you can rent. Try them out. See what you think. These are very good options, but you got to do your homework. I recommend something in 9mm. 9mm is a very, very popular round. Right now, during the ammo shortage, I can't find that anywhere. I can't find it because that's what everybody's buying. That means there's tons of it out there. That means that if taxes get too high on ammunition or something goes through, you know, you never know what's going to happen. We don't have a crystal ball, so plan ahead. You could always buy it off your neighbor, barter, you know, put an ad on Craigslist. You can only buy what people have, and that's what they have. And when it gets back on the market, stock up on it. 9mm is relatively affordable to shoot. Nowhere near as expensive as my .45. It's pretty size efficient. You know, there's target loads and defensive loads. Keep that in mind. For concealed carry, personal protection, you might want to look into defensive loads. For rounds throwing lead down range, look at target ammo. So I want to go down a list of a couple of guns I recommend. They're, you know, definitely not the only options, but what I'd recommend myself. Some affordable, accurate, reliable firearms. I'll go starting from highest price to lowest price, which is also going to be your highest capacity standard magazine to lowest capacity standard magazine. But, you know, keep in mind if you are on a tight budget, you might want to go to gun shows, go to pawn shops, look at a gun shop, see if they got any good deals, of course, or buy one off a friend. If you go to gun shops or gun shows and pawn shops, take a buddy, take a guy that, you know, knows a thing or two about firearms, so you make sure you're getting something quality, something decent, something that's going to work every time, not just a paperweight, you know. You don't want something that 70% of the time works all the time. Not if your life's going to depend on it. The first up, I would say, would be, in my list anyway, the Glock, 17 or 19. Glock is, got a reputation that speaks for itself. Lightweight, reliable, extremely reliable and durable. Going to set you back about $500. That'd be your starting price. You can get them a little cheaper if you look around. But if not, you just want to run out somewhere in the 5 range. That's heavily used in police force. Police use Glock more than anything else. Now, are they the best? I would not say so. I'd say, there's a couple out there better than Glock. I mean, HK, SIGs, those are very, very high end, but they're going to cost you 2-3 times as much. The Glock is a very reliable gun, very good way to go. Easy to take apart, easy to clean, simple. Very, very good option, but, if you're tight on a budget, look around. Where there's a will, there's a way. Next down the list would be the SR9. I'll run you probably mid-400 range. You can do a little bit better than that if you look around. 17-round standard capacity. Pretty slim gun, and, they're reliable. The SR series is top-notch. You cannot go wrong with that. Ruger, made in America. That means quality. All right? Pretty simple to break down, too. Then, I would say up XD9. They're really good guns. You're looking at the low $400 range. 16-round standard capacity. The police, where I am, are being issued the XDs now. So they're reliable. They've got a grip safety. So those of you new to firearms, it might be a pretty good option. They seem to be pretty reliable. They stand up in torture tests pretty damn well. So a good way to go. I don't have much trigger time with those at all, to be honest, but from what I've looked into, and my buddy, he has one of them, another buddy, and he loves the damn thing. Then up, the Ruger P95. The P-Series, they're affordable workhorse guns, When I'm going out looking for a pair of work boots, I don't look for something, really nice. I'm going to put it in the display case or something. I look for something I'm going to use. All right, something I don't mind getting dirty. Something I don't mind, tearing up a little bit, a little wear and tear. That's the Ruger P95. Reliable, it works. It's a little bulky, but like I said, a workhorse. 15 rounds, standard capacity. Going to run you about $400 new. You can do better. Like I said, look around. Shop around. Be smart with your money. Make it stretch as best you can. You break it down like a 1911. It's, not the hardest thing in the world, but definitely not the simplest. But you can get it down pretty good. I can break my 1911 down pretty easily. Practice makes perfect. And then the High Point. Now, the High Point gets a lot of shit, but these damn things work. I've told y'all before about my buddies that we've went out and fired it all the time. No problems. We had one problem with the magazine, but it was just that one magazine. Got rid of the magazine, no more problems. We've all seen the videos where Iraqi veteran, they take bolts and hammer them into the barrel, load them with gunpowder, put hot loads, and try to blow these up. The damn things are nearly indestructible. Now, there's an 8-round magazine and a 10-round magazine. That's one of the drawbacks. But they're about $200 new. You can get a used one, a good deal on a used one. You've got to break the damn things in like anything else anyway. But 8 to 10 rounds of 9 mil, that's going to work out pretty well. If it's a much better option than having a baseball bat when some guy's in your house at night, probably with a gun. If worse comes to worse and you have to defend your family or yourself, you put him down. He's not going to be on the ground. Hey man, how much did you pay for that gun? That's the least of his worries. Now, the drawback is that they're kind of a pain to field strip. But on the other hand, High Point recommends you only break them down and clean them every 1,500, 2,500 rounds. I forget. You can look it up, but you know, you hardly ever have to go through that. But I mean, they're plus P rated. It's a very good option if you are really strapped for cash. It's a good gun. All the cheap guns that come on the market, come and gone, out of business. These guys are still around for a reason.